So this is what nobody's talking about. The greatest threat to XRP holders is not what you think it is. It's definitely not the private ledger. It's not some faster or more energy efficient blockchain that suddenly pops up overnight. It's not the Lightning Networks, not Solana scalability, it's not Ethereum 2.0. It's definitely not Ripple's competition. The real threat is something much darker. And it's already happening behind the scenes. That's why you have to pay attention to this video. It's actually...
Do you believe right now Iran is in the planning or execution stages of cyber attacks against the United States?
Absolutely. I wish this wasn't the truth, but I believe within the next 30 days, you're going to see a massive cyber attack. All of the indications are there. Everyone's ganging up on Iran. You're seeing a lot of tension building, and they cannot compete on the military front. On the physical front with airplanes, weapons, there's no way they can compete with the United States and Israel. But on cyber, they are very, very advanced. Remember, Stuxnet attacked their nuclear reactors. Yes, they were a victim, but when you're a victim of a cyber attack, you also get access to all the code. So they actually have all the code that was used to break into their nuclear reactor. They now took that and they can use that against us to break into our nuclear reactors.
There you have a former CIA hacker is warning that the US could face a massive cyber attack from Iran within the next 30 days. This is just from yesterday. Another massive cyber attack wiped out 95% of assets on Iran's Nobitex crypto exchange.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack. To use the COVID-19 crisis as a timely opportunity to reflect on the lessons the cybersecurity community can draw and improve our preparedness for a potential cyber pandemic.
So ladies and gentlemen, the greatest threat to XRP holders right now is having your coins on centralized exchanges. In other words, not holding the keys to your digital assets. And that's not only for XRP. You should be responsible, should have custody over your own digital assets. The World Economic Forum created a simulation for a cyber attack that's called Cyber Polygon. You can look that up on the internet. That's actually referred by the European Parliament. And just let me break this down for you. They are not warning us because they are good people. They are threatening us. They always like to put things on the plain sight so the masses can't see what's coming. And right now in 2025, that's happening in real time. We have seen major cyber attacks happening. 16 billion login credentials leaked in world's largest data breach, affecting Apple, Google, Facebook, Telegram, and more. I don't know about you, but I couldn't sleep at night if I just knew my funds were sitting at centralized exchanges. I do use exchanges for trading, but honestly, that's less than 10% of my total holdings. So let's say tomorrow a major black swan event happens. I'm protected. I do have my XRP in cold wallets, and I'm making this call so that you don't be affected in the future. Just last week, I wrote they can't ban XRP to take it away from retail investors. Instead, they can collapse some crypto exchanges, just like they did with FTX, seize the assets, refund users in USD at the bankruptcy price. Of course, at cheap prices at $2, that's pennies for XRP. Retail gets dollars, so you're going to get the equivalent. If you get lucky enough in the future, they're going to pay you back with the exact same amount you are holding at US dollars today. So let's say XRP is at $2 and you have 1,000 XRPs, they're going to give you back about $2,000. With hyperinflation coming, that's not a good idea. In other words, governments walk away with the world currency XRP or whoever hacks the funds. And you walk away with US dollars if you get lucky in 1, 2, 3, or 5 years after the legal dispute is over. That's why you need to do self-custody. Put that in your mind. If you want to be successful in crypto, you need self-custody. If you hold 7 figures already, maybe you should go for institutional custody. That's more responsible. But I truly believe it's extremely important on this moment on time. So what I'm telling you is that from phishing scams and exchange hacks to major cyber attacks, even SYNC swaps, you need to be extremely careful on where you hold your XRP. You don't want to miss the greatest transfer of wealth in history because you didn't have the keys to your own XRP. In other words, that doesn't belong to you. If the exchange collapses and XRP goes to $1,000 tomorrow, you are entitled to nothing. You lose it all. Why should you take this risk? Get a decent cold wallet that's going to cost you about $150, perhaps $200. Can get multiple choices from Trezor to Ledger to Kivo. I don't really care. I don't even have an affiliate link to give you. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just promise you, get a cold wallet, send your XRP there, forget about them. Don't even trade your bag. I'm telling you, the best thing you can do, even forget you have the XRP. That's going to avoid you so many mistakes. I'm watching on a daily basis so many people getting scammed. Now they're using AI to impersonate people. The greatest threat to XRP holders is literally people losing their funds because of cyber attacks, phishing scams, and exchange collapses. Be protected. If you made this to the end of this video, please drop a comment. Let me know what's your favorite cold wallet, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Don't.